Well, I think from the very earliest time, before I even knew what the word empath means, I was an animal empath. And if there was ever an animal that was distressed or unhappy, my heart went out to them and I could kind of feel what they were feeling.
Hey y'all, welcome to Buddies Besties. My name is Layla and I'm really excited about today's program. So I am here today with Sandra Larson and you are an animal communicator, animal medium, correct?
Yes, I am.
So tell me a little bit about how you came into that work.
Well, I think from the very earliest time, before I even knew what the word empath means, I was an animal empath. And if there was ever an animal that was distressed or unhappy, my heart went out to them and I could kind of feel what they were feeling. And of course, my father, he talked to animals all the time, and he didn't just talk to them, but he answered them. He said what they said. So we thought animal communication was just natural.
Right.
And so then as I went on and decided to go back and get my master's in counseling, someone said, if you love animals, why don't you become an animal communicator? I said, great, what's that?
That's a great thing.
Yeah, and then I found out that I could do it very easily in the classes, and it's been my career ever since. Yeah.
Wow, so how long have you been doing this?
Oh, officially 20 years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I think for me, and I'll speak for myself, but a lot of our viewers probably think the same thing. I'd much rather work with animals all day than work with most people. So you've got a dream job. That's incredible.
The truth is, I'm also an intuitive life coach, and people have said, if you had to choose between people or animals, which would you choose? And I said, I will not choose because I love both.
I would choose.
You would choose? I
would choose.
I gotcha.
What is the difference between an animal medium, an animal communicator, and an animal behavioralist?
That's a really good question because I get asked a lot if I'm a behaviorist. And the thing is, an animal communicator is one who communicates with animals, has a two-way dialogue.
Okay.
An animal medium, with living animals, I should say.
Okay.
And an animal medium is one who communicates with animals that have left their physical body.
Okay.
Now, behaviorist looks at what the animal is doing, of whatever species, and tries to train them to do a behavior that's acceptable to the human companions.
Right. So they're more training.
Right. They're more training.
And you're more about hearing what they have to say and letting us know what they're feeling, thinking.
Exactly.
Okay.
I teach something called the skates, or I practice something called the skates, and it means seeing, knowing, auditory, taste, emotions, and sensations.
Wow.
In my body, and smells too, I should say. So those are 7 intuitive ways that animals send me messages. And I use all of them. Of course, some of them are more predominant in my practice than others. Taste and smell are not so often, but I do have intuitive smelling and tasting sometimes when animals send me how something tastes.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What kind of folks reach out to you that want you to help with their animals? Are they having challenges with their pets? Are they just really wanting to know what they're thinking and feeling?
Well, some people are curious. They just want to know what's my dog doing or what's my cat doing. Some people have behavioral issues, and I really can help with that because amazingly, animals. This might shock a lot of people, but they might be doing that weird behavior like bringing your slipper to you every morning because you like to wear those slippers. And they think, isn't that nice and handy?
They're trying to be helpful.
They're trying to be helpful. Or they run to the window and bark, 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 and keep on barking because they're saying, there's danger here and you need to know it.
The Amazon guy showing up every 5 times a day at my house is dangerous. Yes.
you need to know it. And so a little way to handle that is, and I don't mean to just talk about dogs because I work with all species of animals, exotics and domestic and all different kinds of animals. But let's use the dog, for example. So the dog runs to the door or to the window and bark, bark, bark. If you say, good boy or good girl, thanks for letting me know. I see they're there. All right, I got it. And they'll stop barking because you've acknowledged them, just like your kid going, mom, mom, mom.
Right.
You acknowledge them. So I've seen behavior shift quickly by acknowledging animals.
Wow, that's
Because
good
they're
to
trying
know.
to do a job.
That's really
for ya.
good to know.
Yep.
So what are the different sessions, different readings that people can book with a animal communicator like yourself?
Well, you can come to my office. I'm in the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Mhm.
Um, Oftentimes, I work over the phone with people,
Okay.
and all I need is a picture.
Okay.
That's all. And I don't have to be present, or I do home visits also.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes. And then if someone has lost an animal, I do a lot of grief coaching and animal communication and helping people through that grieving process.
That's really important. It's really hard to
Yeah.
lose a baby. I know.
It is. They love
little
us
babies.
unconditionally.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do. And back.
Yeah,
Right?
and
Yeah.
we love them back too.
That's right. So when you are looking at, let's say it's not you, let's say you live somewhere else and they want a book, a communicator. What are some of the things that people can ask when they're interviewing someone that's going to be a communicator? What are some of the things that as a client I could ask you that you
Absolutely.
think you should always ask?
Right. I think, well, first of all, in a session, we start with what are your concerns? And some people might call me a pet psychic or whatever, but I prefer to be called an animal communicator because I do have to ask the animals. And oftentimes people will come to me and ask me, my dog is really acting weird and the vets can't find what's wrong with them. And I keep talking about dogs. I don't mean to
That's
cat,
okay.
everything. And so I just tune into the animal and they show me on my body where they're hurting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like horses,
Sure.
like my foot's hurting. And usually once I tell people where I'm getting on my body, and I always say I don't prescribe or diagnose,
Right.
but I do, sometimes they can find what's wrong with the animal physically because I've told them where to look.
What's the oddest animal? I'm trying to pick the right word. What's the oddest animal that you've ever read or sat with or had a reading with?
Oh, well, I was asked to go to an animal sanctuary with all big cats.
That is my dream.
That is
my dream. Anything with big cats of any kind, that's a dream. Okay, so
I'll hook you up, okay?
I love it.
So, and I was invited to visit with some white lions, and they were in cages, and I got to be where the volunteers do, and the lion sat with his butt right up to me, just like a dog might, and I scratched and talked to the white lion. It's been years now, so
Wow.
and I got to massage the lion, and we had a lovely conversation. And his brother was right over there, another big old white lion, and he was very thankful for the massage. And he stood up
I bet.
and he sprayed me.
Oh. Well, he might have thought that was a nice thing, but not so much.
See, that's the interesting. Cats, I want to just tell you about cats. When you come home, and I don't know if you have cats at home.
I have many cats at
You
home.
have many cats at home?
Yes, I do.
And you come home and you've been traveling and you bring in your suitcase and they go right up and go, psh, and they spray on your suitcase. You know what they think? They think their urine is holy water.
Really?
Yes, and they're doing you this wonderful favor to clear your suitcase of all negative energy.
Wow. Well, then I'll have to thank them next time when I'm
Yeah.
yelling. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I think they're being helpful.
They
very interesting.
really are. Cats they're amazing. They're the way I am with cats is much different than with dogs because cats, if you notice, the person that seems to have allergies in the room and they don't say, they don't want the cat to come. The cat comes marching right up to them. And do you know why?
No.
Because the cat tells me that person has the best manners in the room.
Oh, really? So me wanting to constantly be touching and hugging, they don't like
some
that.
cats love touching and hugging, and others are like, on my terms.
Yes.
And when
That's my
we
cats.
let them come, I visited a lady's home one time and she said, I'm going to tell you something right now. My cat will not come and sit on your lap. I said, no worries. So we sat there for about an hour and I talked to the cat and the cat was like this. By the end of the session, the cat had his head on my lap.
I think it's so interesting when cats find the one person in the room that either doesn't want them to be next to them or is allergic, and they will go right there. And my dad used to be a not cat person.
Right.
He is now. I've converted him.
Good.
But he used to be a not cat person. And my cat would immediately, the minute he would come in, he would just come and plop right down on his lap. And my dad would say, what is happening? And I'm like, I don't know, Dad. He knows you secretly want to love him. So that's what's happening. So that's, I think that's
a little
really
bit of
interesting.
insight into cat behavior.
I love it. I love it. Okay. So is there anything you want people to know about commonalities when you read pets that they say over and over again to you? Like, I wish my owners did this, or is it very unique to each pet?
I love that question because I think people might be surprised at the answer. When an animal is a companion to us, and that's why I usually don't call them pets, I usually call them animal companions and animal family and animal friends, they really care about what you care about. And they tell me how they're always thinking, how can I be in service to that person?
Wow.
Now, you might, to their human
Yes.
companion. I had a cat one time that, my dear, dear friend, and I walked into the house and she said, I want you to know, I clear everybody that comes in this house. I clear their energy. And she said to me, and I had to clear yours too, so just get over it, But cats are wonderful at clearing energy. That's why they sit on our chests and they purr.
Okay.
And they literally, science has proven that the vibration of the purr is healing. So in so many ways, animals are really trying to help us, and they love us unconditionally.
I love that message. I think my cats are trying to help me, but sometimes, when she keeps jumping on the laptop, on the keyboard, and she's trying to get on the screen, I don't know how helpful it is. I don't know how my boss feels about it when it happens.
Well, let me tell you maybe
Okay.
what she's trying to do. She's saying, Mom, you need a break.
Oh, that's what she's trying to tell me.
You need a break, and I'm available for attention.
I love it. So now I know. When
So
Gigi
now you
does
know
that,
when she
that's
does
what's going
that,
on.
stand up, go walk around. You know how we really get fixated on our computers. And sometimes cats are notorious for knowing when we need a break. So
I love
she
it.
might be a little more tuned into you than you might be at that moment.
It's probably true. It's probably very true. Well, I'm really excited because we actually have a pet here for you to read.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, so I think Beverly's here. And I have some questions from
Awesome.
Beverly's Papa.
There's Beverly.
Hi, Beverly, sweet girl. Hello.
Hi, honey.
Hi. I'm going to
Hi.
take that leash. Thank
Hi,
you so much.
sweetheart. Hi, Missy. Oh, that's a kiss. I know that was a wonderful
Hi,
kiss.
baby girl.
And don't worry, Dad's right over there.
You're going to be
Dad's
fine.
over there, and we love you. Mhm.
Yes, we do. Beverly's
love
very
you.
sweet.
She's a very good girl.
All right. And so we were talking earlier and you said you wanted me to know that sometimes when you're doing a reading, it's not always perfect, right? We talked about that a
Oh,
little bit.
yeah. The only way to do this kind of work is to let go of your ego. Okay. And often I say to my clients, I'm not attached to being right. And when people are more open to receive, this is something the client should know. If someone's like, prove it, they don't get a very good reading because things don't come through. You probably know that. You got some hair there. Oh, good girl. So I always tell my clients, but I always give what I get.
Okay.
So you have my promise of that.
That's great.
And I always try to do it quite diplomatically because sometimes animals say very funny things.
Yes, well, we like funny, Beverly.
But you know what?
Feel free.
They don't throw us under the bus, okay?
Well, that's
so
good.
no worries. A lot of people are afraid of that. Hey, sweetheart.
Beverly.
Hey, Beverly, you want some treats?
Oh, you said the magic word.
Oh, can you
Treat,
sit?
treat.
You know how to sit. What a smart girl you are.
Oh.
So I'll just tell you my process.
Okay.
When people come to see me, as soon as I can navigate these treats out of here.
Beverly's like, let me at them now.
Oh, they're called Train Me treats.
Oh.
And they're very low calories. And I'm not trying to, I don't know, you maybe have to cut that out. But anyway, you want some more.
They're very good.
Yeah, they're really yummy. They're
very
bacon
good.
flavored. I know. I see you, sweetheart. We're going to give you a little bit more, and then we're going to talk to you, okay? So my process is I want to know what's concerning people, and then I do a lovely invocation, which I've already done, just to get everybody on the same page. And I've done that invocation, so I won't do that now. And then I do something, I introduce myself properly.
Okay.
And I'll do that now.
Okay.
And then I ask people to be prepared with one question at a time.
Sure.
And think of me as someone who's like a translator, for someone maybe who's deaf and I'm doing sign language.
Sure.
And so I'll share what I get. Hey, Beverly. Yeah, you come over to Auntie. Yeah, come see Auntie San. Can you sit? You can sit. Oh, good girl.
What a good girl.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Okay.
So, Miss, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. Beverly, sweetheart, I bless you and I honor you and I appreciate you and I love all that you are, sweetheart. And my name is Sandra and I can talk with dogs and I would be so honored if I could talk with you. And, oh, you would like that. Okay, because I want to talk to you. And you can send me messages any way you want. And Miss Layla wants to talk to you too, okay? Because I think Dad's got some questions.
So
You ready? Okay, I think she's
ready. Okay.
Okay, come here.
We want to know what her life was like before she was adopted.
Okay, Layla. I'm Layla.
I'm here.
Beverly, sweetheart, can you tell Auntie San what your life was like before? She is telling me that her life was very difficult and she didn't feel loved like she feels loved now. And I'm not sure this is very typical when we start talking, they get real comfortable.
Okay.
So before she came to her family, she's telling me that things were not good. I don't know if it was terrible, but was she a found dog or from the shelter?
I think she was found.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And that's accurate. So she was very hungry. She was a starved baby when she was found.
She's telling me that she was in survival mode. And life was, I just spoke with a cat recently that had gone wild and is in survival mode. And that's what her life was like. And she said, Auntie Sam, please don't make me go back to that life.
You're not going back.
Beverly, you get to stay right here.
She's got a great mama and a papa, and they love her.
Yep, you're going to stay with Mom and Dad. Yeah.
So the other question they have is, what does she think of the siblings that she lives with now?
And she has other dog siblings. Okay, and I need a name. Do you know a name?
Phoebe.
Phoebe. So, Beverly, can you tell Auntie San, what do you think? I know, I love you too. What do you think about Phoebe? She's telling me that Phoebe is a little bossy sometimes.
Okay.
Do you know that to be true?
I'm going to, yes, I'm getting a very affirmative yes.
Okay. She's a little bossy sometimes. Is she smaller, Phoebe?
No.
Bigger?
Bigger.
Bigger. Well, she likes Phoebe, but she doesn't like when she's bossy to her.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm getting affirmative confirmation.
You're getting confirmation. Okay. Yeah.
What kind of food does Beverly like best?
So, Miss Beverly, sweetheart, can you tell Auntie San? She's saying, I really like those treats. She's saying that she likes her food. She's fine with it. Either she gets people food or she wants people food.
Yes, that's actually true.
Yes, both.
She likes people food.
She likes people food.
Yes.
And she says that if we're putting in requests, I would like to make that request for more food.
more food, period. Okay.
She's saying also, we're getting the roll here, she's saying that chicken's pretty good. And she said, and sometimes Dad and Mom have pizza, and I get a little bite of that crust.
And I'm getting confirmation from the sides that is all true.
So, Beverly, hey, I got some more treats. You want to come
Beverly,
get some
you've
more?
been great.
Yes.
Look at you.
Oh, you're so smart, girl. Now, Beverly, is there anything that you want? There are other dogs in the home besides Phoebe, though, too.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Is there a male dog in the home?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm getting that she has some fun with him.
Yes.
They're running buddies?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because she wants to, I don't know the name, it hasn't come through, but this male dog is her friend.
Okay.
And they play together.
I think that would be Ace. Yes,
Yeah,
I'm getting
Ace.
confirmation.
Do you like Ace? Mm-hmm.
The Buddy family, we all have animals. We all have lots of animals, and we all know each other's animals probably better than we know each other. So I know that to be Ace.
She's telling me, she's saying, I just really like doing this, Auntie Sam. This was really fun
That's
to
so
talk.
fun. We've had so much fun with you, Beverly. Thank you
You
for
have been
coming.
a perfect talker. You're a good talker.
I'm proud of you, Beverly, and your papa's proud of you too.
Yes. She said, I'm not sure what's going on, but I like it.
That's great. Sandra, this has been amazing. Thank you very, very much. We are thrilled to have had you here today. And thanks for sharing so much more.
Oh, and it's just too quick. I had so much fun being here.
It's always too quick.
And Beverly, hey, Beverly, thank you so much for talking with Auntie Sam because I'm so proud of you. You're an amazing girl. I always have to close the conversation by saying goodbye. Otherwise, they hang around with me after I leave.
There you go. Beverly's like, well, I'm going to go get some treats now. I think my dad heard I want some chicken, so maybe that we can make that happen for tonight. Hey, girl?
Dad, don't kid me now.
Folks, thanks for watching Buddies Besties. We'll be back next week with a new episode. And please remember, adopt, don't shop. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. This was so much fun.